hey, who didn't have easy go of it on Saturday. Like I transitioned that.
Pretty boy Garcia.
It was an interesting fight.
Pretty boy. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. The kid, I don't know. Especially when him getting dropped.
Let's do this. We're gonna talk about the good, then we're gonna talk about the bad, and then we're gonna go with the ugly.
Well, let me say this.
Oh, yeah.
For sports in general, and for boxing, and for Ryan Garcia specifically, it doesn't have to be one thing. It doesn't have to be one way. It can be multiple ways. So, like Ryan Garcia fights on Saturday, gets dropped, wins the fight by knockout. It doesn't have to be he's completely overrated, and it doesn't have to be he's amazing and could beat every one of these guys. It can be different things. Like you can, like you said, the good, bad, and the ugly.
Yeah.
You can take some from each group. So, did he get dropped? Yeah. Was he a little defensively irresponsible there? Sure. Yeah. Did he end up stopping the guy with a body shot that doesn't look like it was a lot of fun to take? Also very true.
That body shot was beautiful too.
Yeah.
That body shot was beautiful. We'll get to that. That's a part of the good. So let's start with Ryan. I mean, he has speed. He's got quickness. He has very good ring acumen. He knows what he's doing in there. He knows what he wants to see. I think the thing for him is you got to settle down. But along with sticking with the good, that fire that he has in the ring, it works to his advantage because he has the length and he's got the height and he looks like he's got some pop behind his shots.
Yeah.
And so I like the kid. I think that he does everything outside of the ring that's made him everything that the notoriety that he does.
Everything that boxers should do. All you guys should be doing what he's doing.
Yep.
He moves the right way outside the ring. He moves the right. Well, my lady was like, "Oh yeah, I know him as a YouTube guy." I said, "No. He's a boxer. Yeah. He just moves like a YouTube guy."
Yeah.
And that's another thing that I think people, when I was talking about going with like these absolute descriptions of him, it's the same thing. Like with the TikTok stuff or Instagram, he's not just defined as that. Like he does that, but you shouldn't be like, oh man, he's just the Instagram guy. He's also, a great boxer. So I think people are trying specifically with him to either paint him as the next greatest fighter. And God love the broadcast team. I'm watching the fight. Yeah. He gets dropped by Campbell in the second round. And that at the moment and after the moment, they talked probably 10 times about how courageous it was for him to get up and very little about how he got dropped or that he got dropped. So
yeah, you wouldn't even think he got dropped. I
don't think they went back and showed how he got dropped, did they?
They showed it, but all they did was show how great it was that he got.
But they didn't break it down.
No, I think people are trying to paint him as either the next great fighter and the guy who's going to carry boxing because of his popularity or completely overrated hype job. I think he's polarizing that, which is good for boxing and good for him because people are talking. It's kind of like not to Floyd's level, but it's kind of like Floyd. You hated Floyd or you love Floyd.
Right. I think if anything, he showed that he's a tough guy.
Yeah.
I think he showed that, he can keep it all together and he's a guy who can make adjustments. The biggest adjustment that he made in this fight was being able to get up off of the canvas, and he went from surviving very quickly to fighting back, and that was Luke Campbell's fault. Luke, you got to understand that, I want to take this guy in the deep water. This is part of my game plan, but abort that because now I have to make an adjustment because I just did something I didn't expect to do in the second round. So that was bad on Luke Campbell's behalf, not to put your foot on the gas pedal and keep this kid uncomfortable. But Ryan, he recovered very well. He stayed composed. And then once he says, I'm good, I don't need to play defense anymore, he went right back at Luke Campbell. No, he didn't tie it around or anything crazy like that, but he showed that he's strong and he's courageous. I like the picture that they painted on the zone practically the entire night after the knockdown.
Like I kind of was Canelo.
Yeah, I mean, I really like the DAZN team, and I especially like Sergio Mora. We've never worked together, but he was kind of one of the first guys that I saw kind of, even though he was boxing, like step into that commentary role. And I watched him a little bit, and I've always liked him. We've hung out a great deal and all that. And I kind of was like, all right, Sergio, move past it. Like we're good. We're like 3 rounds past. Like keep it pushing and talk about what's going on now, you know? So. But going along with the stigma that you have really, I think if anything, people identify Ryan Garcia as a pretty boy, popular fighter, and they don't really recognize him as a true fighter. And I think if anything now, he's made an announcement to the world that I will fight if I have to fight. And no, Luke Campbell didn't make it a dog fight or anything like that. But the fact of the matter is this kid had to get up off of the canvas. He's never been there before. And he kept it together right after that and won every round up until the knockout. My
biggest flaw with him is he believes in the speed way too much. He literally pulls
we're not
straight.
On the bat yet. We're not. Oh. Well, hold up. Let me talk about the body shot, and then we'll get to that.
All right.
So this is what I saw. I saw Luke Campbell touch him to the body. Now, anybody, you can go back and watch this fight if you want to. Before Luke Campbell touched Ryan Garcia's body, Ryan Garcia was primarily going to the head. He was digging really good head shots, and he was primarily going to the head. Luke Campbell decided to go down and throw a right hook to the body, and something ticked in Ryan Garcia's head. He says, "Oh, I could go to the body too." He said in the post-fight interview that he made the adjustment from going to the head and went to the body. I don't think he did that. I think he got touched on the arm, and it kind of clicked on him and said, "Oh, I can go to the body too." That's an adjustment. Yeah, but the thing is, all of those headshots that he had delivered, he set up the body shot without even recognizing that he set up the body shot. He dips over here, and Luke's hands went up because he thought he was going to the head, and he
was never tucking. He was blocking like this. I'm like, come on,
perfect
block your body, bro.
But the part that I found crazy was there was something that clicked for him because of something that happened to him. It was like, oh yeah, I can go to the body too. And you're not ready for me to go to the body because I've been going to the head all night. I mean, it was a picture perfect body shot. Don't tell me you didn't enjoy what you saw, because I know you did. What you need to do now, hit that subscribe button, hit the like, hit that notification button. Check us out every week, every Tuesday, something new for you right here on the Porter Way Podcast.